All winners must claim their prizes in person within 5 working days of the winning date or specified date given by the show's host or producer, or the prize will be forfeited. The inability of a winner to accept a prize will result in forfeiture. Contest winners must be 18 years or older to participate in a WYCA contest. Contest winners under 18 must be accompanied by a parent or legal guardian with proper ID to pick up the prize. All winners must use the true name when participating in any contest and may not win any contest under an assumed name. Winners will be disqualified and prizes forfeited if found playing under an assumed name or alias.
This is Rejoice 102.3, WYCA FM and HD, Crete, Chicago, WPWX Hammond, Chicago, HD Channel 2, and WYRB Genoa, Rockford, DeKalb, HD Channel 3.
Now, here is the Let's Stay Together show with Reverend Rick McCain and author Brenda McCain, helping you to learn the rhythms of relationships. Because to know my glory, you have to know my backstory.
Hey, welcome to the Let's Stay Together show. We've got a special edition here today, and I'm here with my baby, my boo, my girl, Brenda McCain. Hey, we got 30 minutes here, so we've got to do it quick, baby. So do your thing, girl.
Hey, welcome to the Let's Stay Together show, where we learn the rhythms of all relationships. And to know our glory, you have to know our backstory. Backed by popular demand, one of our topics, can a relationship survive when the woman makes more than the man? Part 2.
Part 2. Our
guest on the McCain train tonight is April Beasley, CEO of Money Mom, Bahia Shabazz, CEO of Shabazz Management, and Pastor Pamela Tisdale Johnson for Not My Will Ministry. And we're going to get right into it. And before we do, I just want to say we have tickets we're giving away for the play Desperate.
Yes, we are.
For Sunday. This Sunday coming up that we're hosting. So if you're interested in going to this phenomenal play, please call us at Indiana 219-933-9922. Suburb 708-445-9922. Chicago 773-288-9922.
And we're just asking for the first caller to call in. So, baby, start this off for us, will you?
Okay. Do you want a scripture tonight?
I want you what you want to give me,
okay,
baby.
I want to start it off with a scripture. Proverbs 14:1 says, "The wise woman builds her house, but the foolish pulls it down with her hands."
Amen.
Question tonight. Can a woman become frustrated and disrespectful if their partner doesn't match their hunger and earning power?
So who wants to take that on that question? Look at them now. They all quiet. Come on now.
This is Bahia, and I'm jumping out my skin with this one because, yes, it can become frustrated. And I'm going to tell you why. It's not just with the earning power as well. When you are not as one, equally yoked, it really does put a damper on your relationship, because when one person is doing more than the other, I don't care what it is in a household, whether it's doing the dishes, the household, raising the kids, what have you, you feel like you're pulling that person. But what really matters is the fact, like I said, the last time we were here, trying to empower your mate. When you are not taking that time to take a few minutes out of your busy schedule to tell your mate what you need, now you're becoming frustrated with him or her as well as yourself. You have to set the expectations within your household. So yes, it can. If you're coming home every day and you're working 9 to 5 or 9 to 9, and the mate is at home doing nothing has been done, at least do something within the household. Whether it's cook or clean, do something. But if nothing is done, yes, it can become frustrating.
Ma'am, help us out with that one.
Well, kind of piggyback on that, that's very true, because if we are to be one flesh, then it takes us to look at our relationship in oneness and not one, who's doing more, who's doing less, but coming together and touching an agreement, not just in prayer, but in our relationship overall. Because oftentimes we say we're equally yoked, but once we look at our marriage, we're so unequally yoked. And so then we begin to have the problem of begin to counting who does what and who's not doing enough, and become a big spectacle in our relationships. And so I think we need to look at that, because sometimes you do have a particular spouse that pretty much does nothing, and that can be frustrating to anybody. You know, I mean, to be honest, I mean, you worked all day, you've given your best or whatever, and then you have a mate who is doing a little bit of nothing, and that's hard, and that's difficult, and it's going to always be trying in a relationship like that.
April, you got something you want to add on to that, girl?
You know what? Speaking as a mother and a wife, I think we just always carry the biggest bundle of everything to do. And I think that's just the way it is. So for me in my house, I've just come to accept the fact that I will probably do more than my husband. Not that he's not doing enough, but as a mom, you know, it always falls, you know, and my thing is we're making happen moms. So at the end of the day, who everybody's going to go to? They're going to go to mom to make things happen.
Yeah, that's true, but at the same time, it's about having that drive also, because I can really understand that, because I'm out and I'm visiting clients, and my son will call me and say, "Hey, Mom," and I'm like, "Well, where's your dad?" "Oh, he's upstairs." I'm like, "Really?" But so I do understand that mom is the problem solver. However, it makes a difference too when your husband has that same drive as you. So when they see that, okay, my wife wants to be successful in whatever she's doing, let me make it a little easier for her at home by doing 1, 2, and 3. So, but if you come home every day and you see once again that he has not done anything, or, you know, being the Mr. Mom or the at-home person, it is frustrating, you know, just like if roles were reversed. If I was a stay-at-home mom and my husband worked all day, I'm pretty sure he would be frustrated to come home with dishes full of, the dishes in the sink. Nothing is cooked. He can't even smell anything in the oven. No pine sol. You know, I'm just sitting there with my satin hair bonnet on, just watching TV. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just got real. I'm sorry.
But you know, one of the things I want to get a man's point of view on this, because I've got a spin on that. But Reggie, talk to me about that on a man's point of view about the woman getting frustrated because the man doesn't meet the drive of that individual.
Okay. By the way, I'm Deacon Reggie Johnson of Not My Way Ministries.
There you go.
And my viewpoint on that is, I got some good friends, and they are going through this thing. Well, one in particular where he makes a lot less than his wife. And no matter what he does, I don't care how great it is, it's not appreciated, it's not respected. And, it's a very unfortunate situation. And then the one time, and this just recently happened, he pulled back. He said, "Okay, forget it. Then if you're gonna act like that, I'm not gonna give you my powers, man. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna clean up the house. I'm gonna go out on Saturday morning." Now she's bouncing her head against the wall. She doesn't realize that she's put him down so much that he's got no respect from her. So what is he supposed to do?
So she emasculated him.
Oh my God.
And that's definitely what I want to go to too, because I want to go this point, because there are some times that a man won't have the same drive as a woman, and it's not that because his drive doesn't equal that individual that means his drive is less. That just means that what he's driving for might be different than what you're driving for, or that you're not on the same wavelength on all things, but together you all are at the same point. And so in some cases you can, emasculate that man by saying my drive is more important than yours, or you should be on the same drive that I am, and I might not want to be on the same drive that you are, or the same thing that you're looking for, but what I'm interested in is totally different. So we've got to, I want to be able to say, how does a woman, this is my question from this, how does a woman get disrespected because the man's drive ain't like yours? Can that man have that much power to make you feel so much disrespected just because he doesn't have the same willpower or drive as you?
No.
She answered that one real quick.
Well, I'm going to tell you, because I do not let anyone have that much power over me where they can control my feelings.
But speak to the woman that does.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. The woman who has that issue needs to realize, let's replace the word drive with passion. everyone in this room has a different passion. You have to respect what your mate's passion is. So just because I want to be the walking CEO of my company and everyone, will know who I am, does not mean that's what my husband wants to do. He may be content on his bowling league and making sure that he gets the perfect score. That's fine with me. And when that happens, I'm like, hey, babe, go out, practice. I'll be there to support you for your championship. It's about supporting the passion. We don't have to have the same passion, but I need to make sure that you have something that you look forward to waking up in the morning. So for that lady who says, well, he doesn't want to be in corporate America like I want to be in corporate America, that's fine. But make sure whoever you are with have a passion and you're there to support that passion, whatever it is.
Okay.
And I would agree with that because it's at the end of the day, we hopefully when you're in your house, you're on the same team.
Yes.
And everybody is not going to be able to equally contribute to that team. Somebody's going to make more points. Somebody's going to do more touchdowns. Somebody's going to do more than somebody else. But at the end of the day, in the end of the season, everybody's going to get a ring, right?
Right.
So you have to just do your part. And I'm glad you mentioned bowling. My husband is a bowling coach, but he worked for his company for 17 years, and they closed the door. And he thought he was going to retire because in a couple of more years, he was going to have his pension. He was going to be fully vested. And they closed the doors, and he had absolutely no clue as to what he was going to do. It wasn't a job that was in his career field. It was all he had pretty much done. And now, he's like, well, what do I do? Because he doesn't want to go back into that field. And I didn't blame him. I didn't want him to go back into that field. So what do? I found a job for him. I know he is a bowler. That is something he's done all his life. That is his passion. Now he's a silver certified bowling coach. He's in Texas right now. He left this morning. At a bowling coaching conference, with the big wigs, but that's his passion. Now he got another job. It's not exactly what he wants to do, but I support him in that. I help him with everything. Okay, you need to get pictures with so-and-so. You need to be doing this. You need to be talking to so-and-so. You need to be making sure that they can get here. It's all about investing in that team. At the end of the day, we're all on the same team.
I've got to say one more thing, and I'm going to let my wife take from there. I still want to get to the point where the woman feels disrespected in regards to the man not being at the same passion. Because if he's not at that same passion, what do you do to help his passion? I like what you said. He was a bowling coach, and so you worked on that. That's excellent. But what do we say to the woman who feels disrespected because her husband doesn't have the passion that she feels that she should have, he should have?
I gotta say something.
Okay.
Now you're saying that the woman feels disrespected.
Yes.
Then that's a selfish woman.
Yeah.
Come on, she's got to be. Because he's not doing it as strong as she's doing it, she feels disrespected. That means she's not into the marriage like she wants. She's sitting on top of the marriage. She's running the marriage. She's trying to. Come on. If I'm go out here and I do my job, I come home and I'm tired. And I don't do much housework. I do enough housework, not as much as she would like. Not as much as she would like. But I don't think she feels that I'm taking advantage of her or I'm disrespecting her because I don't. And then she'll get up, she'll clean up that house top to bottom. She'll clean up the house top to bottom. She'll get the food on. She'll get the clothes ready. She'll get everything done. The house will be immaculate. I get up there, it takes me about 4 hours just to fold up some clothes.
Yeah, I'm like most men.
Okay, but
it takes me 3.5 minutes.
But at the same time, I think that a woman should not feel that she's being disrespected because he doesn't have the same drive that she does. But like I told you, I keep on going back to my friends. I think they do everything they can to make sure that they're pulling their weight. And because of the almighty dollar, she feels that she's being disrespected because she makes $150,000, he makes $50,000. Shouldn't matter.
It really shouldn't.
It shouldn't matter, but it does. It
On
does
the
to some
other
people.
end of that, on the flip side, do women feel guilty? I think I posted that last week, but do they feel guilty because they're